As long as you think that life is happening to you, you will forever be a victim of your life and be stuck in cycles and never truly elevate to your highest potential. We experience life through our nervous system, not our reality. Only when you start to heal, then you are able to create your reality. Hi guys, I'm Lisa and welcome to my channel. Yo, I'm about to really cook right now. Are y'all ready? Stop whatever you're doing and get in a quiet place, because what I'm about to say will change your perspective and it might just change your life. Okay. So today I will be sharing my thoughts on how I believe that life is happening through you and not to you. Before we get started, if you guys haven't watched my recent, go ahead and check it out. It's going to be down in the link below. It's my birthday vlog. I celebrated my 23rd birthday last week on Friday. Okay, let's get started. Once you start aligning with your true self, your higher self, which involves healing, self-love, shadow work, because you cannot get into alignment with your higher self if you haven't done the inner work. Those are indeed the necessary steps in order for you to get in alignment with your true self, your higher self. But once you get to that point, once you're in alignment with your higher self, you'll start to see life work in your favor, because life is happening through you and not to you. Let me explain. When I was out of alignment with my true self, my higher self, when I was operating on a low frequency, whether it was from insecurity, lack of self-love, indulging in negative thoughts, struggling for mental health, shame, guilt, etc., I was just so disconnected from my true self and was out of alignment. My life wasn't the best. It wasn't really going the way I wanted to. Like, I wasn't truly happy. Because I was in that victim mentality, thinking that, oh, life is hard, or I'm being punished, life is kicking my ass, like, why is everything out to get me type of mentality, thinking that life was happening to me. But no, life was just reflecting the things that I was believing to be true. I was unconsciously reacting to it, reacting to life, reacting to everything that was happening around me. And I will explain this furthermore, but what I mean by reacting to life towards the end of the video, and this is going to be a major key point, so you guys don't skip. And I will mark the time in the link below. As long as I was in that victim mentality, thinking that life was out to get me, to make my life difficult, to harm me, then that's exactly what it was. When I started aligning with my true self, my higher self, more so realigning and remembering who I was before the world molded me into who I am. Once I started to embody who I was and raising my frequency, operating out of love, being true to myself, changing my beliefs, my mindsets, and paying attention to my thoughts and what I was consuming, that's when life started to work in my favor. That's when I stopped reacting to life and started being intentional about everything I was doing. I slowly started to see my life unravel and reflect the things that I was putting out, what I was believing to be true, and what vibration I was in. As long as you think that life is happening to you, you will forever be a victim of your life and be stuck in cycles and never truly elevate to your highest potential. Be intentional about everything you do, knowing that every decision you make takes you closer to your higher self, to your highest potential. Whatever you focus on and truly believe, you will attract that into your life. If you keep thinking that you're constantly a victim of your life, you will attract experiences and people that will validate your beliefs. If you believe that life is hard, that you only deserve good things if you struggle, and that life is punishing you, you will attract experiences that will reflect that back to you. If you believe that to be true, sadly, that will become your reality. Life is as good as your mindset. But when you change your beliefs about yourself and about your life and realize, like, hey, life is happening through me, I am the creator of my life. So the things that I'm putting out, my beliefs, my thoughts, the way I love myself, that will reflect in my external world. It all starts with you. Life is only a mirror of your internal world. So believe that you're abundant. Believe that you deserve good things. Start loving yourself. Then you will start to see your life reflect and comply to your beliefs because you said so. Some beliefs were put onto us since we were kids, children, before we were even able to comprehend something that was being communicated to us by adults. All of our beliefs have come from others, whether if it's friends, family, parents, society. And once we believe what someone else tells us, it directly goes into our subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is the one running the show here. It operates below the level of awareness. It does not discriminate. It accepts all thoughts. All beliefs are welcomed. It simply accepts what the conscious mind takes in and work it to make it so. Your subconscious mind creates your reality. When you start changing your mindset and adopt an abundance mindset, you are rewiring your brain to focus on the positives and solutions. But when you focus on the negatives, the problems, the doubts, life will give you more problems and negative experiences to focus on. The brain is rewired and programmed to keep us limited. Once you break out of that cycle, a new cycle begins. If you continue the cycle, if you continue believing and identifying with everything that your mind says and are operating from that limited mindset, the cycle will repeat. Only when you break the cycle and start thinking and speaking to it differently, a new reality begins. According to neuroscience, your brain is constantly rewiring itself so you can choose better habits. Like, do you know how powerful that is? Through repetition and training, your brain can change its structure and function differently. And this is something that's not easy, guys. Like, it takes a lot of time, a lot of mental work, but it's not impossible. And the reason why a lot of us don't have this abundant mindset or haven't adopted to this mindset is because we were programmed this way. They want us to be disconnected from ourselves and not find out our true potential. We were conditioned to keep us limited, to keep us small. We were born into fear because that way it's easier to control us, to manipulate us. And the sooner you realize that, the more free you are from all of it, the more aware you are. So if you're not happy with the way things are going in your life right now, while you're maybe feeling depressed, sad, angry, lost, confused, and why your life sucks and everything just feels so hard, maybe you should take a deeper look within yourself. Find out where you're disconnected from. How is your nervous system, your thoughts, your beliefs, your emotions? How are you speaking to yourself? Because more often than not, it's likely that you are disconnected from yourself and you're unaware of it. You reconnect with yourself by doing the inner work and raising your vibration. Everyone has the power to step into their highest potential, but not everyone is willing to see it through. Not everyone has the drive, the strength, the capacity to do so because we have been deeply programmed to disconnect us from ourselves. They don't want us to find out how powerful we really are. When you reconnect with yourself, that's when you'll find the answers you've been searching for. Okay, guys, stay with me, okay? According to quantum physics, we experience life through our nervous system, not our reality. The nervous system is made up of your brain, spinal cord, and nerves. It carries messages between your brain and the rest of the body. So it affects your senses, your emotions, what you feel, the way you think, what you smell, what you touch. Even though the brain and the mind aren't the same thing, but one cannot function without the other. So fundamentally, it works together because your brain creates your thoughts, your feelings, and consciousness that the brain performs. Your mind is what the brain does. So, like I said before, we experience life through our nervous system, not our reality. Hence is why everyone experiences life differently because of their nervous system. Okay, stay with me. How this relates to what I said about how life is happening through you and not to you The way your nervous system is programmed or set up is exactly how you will experience life. Whatever you constantly think, your beliefs, your thoughts, what you're telling yourself, all that directly affects your nervous system by sending neural pathways that transmit electrical and chemical signals between different parts of your brain and your nervous system. It's literally sending signals to your brain, which influences a lot of the things that you do physically as well. Long story short, we experience our version of reality through the filter of our nervous system. The brain builds an internal model of what's out there, so what you see, hear, touch, smell is not the external world itself, but a neural interpretation of sensory data, meaning the raw, unprocessed information that is gathered by our senses of the world, about the world. The brain, our brain, makes sense of the world by our sensory data. So when people tell you, be realistic, or welcome to reality, they're not generally talking about the external world itself, but their own version of reality. Are you guys getting what I'm saying? Are you guys getting me? It's also a form of keeping you caged and boxed into their own version of reality, which isn't the same as yours, because everyone's nervous system is built differently. Hello? So the more healed your nervous system is, the better you experience your reality. You really have to be careful about the things that you say to yourself and what your beliefs are, because your brain doesn't know what's real or what's imagined. And this is also a good thing in manifestation. If you know, you know, okay? The things that you tell yourself actually matters. For example, if you keep constantly telling yourself like, oh, I can't do this is hard, there's no way that I'm able to do this, it will send a signal to your brain, which your brain is already limited as it is, but it will send a signal to your brain, which will probably activate your stress levels and fear or anxiety. And your brain will most likely prepare for a perceived threat because you're telling yourself that I can't do this. Your brain is like, copy, roger that. In contrast, when you tell yourself, I got this, it will send a signal to your brain that everything's under control, that you got this, to relax. It reduces stress. Positive self-talk matters way more than you think. I know I got to a completely different topic, but guys, it's all connected. Like, yo, even when I was writing this, I was learning a lot more as well. I'm starting to realize, like, there's no limit to this. Like, once you think that you've unlocked a whole new level of awareness or consciousness, you're like, okay, this is it. No, it gets deeper. It never stops. It just deepens. A lot of the things that I shared with you guys in this video, I already knew and was aware of it to an extent. But the more I dive deeper, the more I realize there's just so much more to learn. Like, there's more depth to it. In conclusion, this is all about the mind. Not that your mind is the enemy, but as you've come to understand, the mind has been programmed to keep us limited. The mind is limited. But when you take control of your brain, the world loses power over you. Your mind is not the one in control here. You are. Remember that. Our realities are constantly shifting by the choices we make. Every emotion, every thought you hold shapes what comes next. Once you understand that life is happening through you and not to you, you'll start to shift your perspective and see that everything is happening for you, whether if it's to help you or teach you something. And you won't even take a bad experience as it being bad, because you will understand that it needed to happen in order to teach you something. And sometimes it'll only click later on in life because you don't know why things happen the way they do until you experience it. You'll realize that those experiences were actually working in your favor and were there to help you all along. Okay, guys, major key point here. So pay attention, because I will explain furthermore on what I meant when I said that I was reacting to life. Yes, your thoughts, your words, your beliefs create your reality, but it's not solely based on that because there's just so much logistics involved into it being true. Like I said before, raising your vibration, facing the dark night of the soul, etc. But yes, fundamentally, your reality is as good as your mindset. That is true. Only when you start to heal, then you are able to create your reality. Only when you start to heal, then you are able to create your reality. If you're operating from the victim mentality, you're not really creating anything, but more so reacting to it. Letting outside factors, circumstances, past experiences, and people dictate your direction instead of consciously shaping your own. Only when you heal your nervous system can you consciously create the life that you want. When unhealed, you're more so reacting to life, which means you're letting it have control over you, rather taking control of your life and creating the life that you want. I can only describe and talk about a lot of the things that I said to an extent, because it's something that must be experienced. And which is why I said earlier, you must go within to find the answers. Teachers, guides, books, even myself can only point you to the right direction, but it's up to you to take it. A lot of the things that I've shared with you guys in this video is coming from experience, and some are just plain facts. Although I do want to point out that I'm not a pro, guys, okay? I'm not a certified, none of that, okay? I too am still learning about everything as I go, but I've done my research, and you too can still do your own research and take what resonates from this video and leave what doesn't. Okay guys, that is all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.